My name is Faizan, and today I'm going to talk about an Indonesian writer and his book. Eka Kurniawan is the name of the writer, and what I read was a collection of short stories. And now the book is Kitchen Curse, and Kitchen Curse is one of the story in this book. So it is a collection of stories of 16 stories, and each story is complete in its own way. So these stories are actually translated into English from Indonesian language, I guess. So I am taking them as a pinch of salt because the translation does not always, I mean, it never translate the story as it is, because in the translation we lose the local and regional references, the slangs, the grammar, and the way the story is written is completely brutalized and then transformed into something else. So the meanings also change, and yeah, the translators might have done excellent job, but they might have still missed. So what I'm saying is, the stories here I cannot judge them as it is, because they might be something else in its own or original language, but the way I have read them, they are very particularly absurd stories, because they do not have the formal structure, motives, or uh, climax, plot, all these things that makes stories. But again, there are no rules in writing, and stories can be anything, and short stories can be anything. So each and every story here is somehow different, but still it feels like it is coming from the same person. So there is one story that actually captured me was Stones. So what happens is a man drowned his wife by attaching the stone to her body, and then the stone is like, the man has made me an accomplice in a sin and crime, so I will take revenge. So we see the story through the eyes of stone, like the stone goes there, then it ends up in a truck, then it gets break, and it becomes a small stone, and then it becomes a marble size stone, and it's a point of view from the stone. So it is very creative, very imaginative. So that I will say about every story, because they are creative and imaginative. There is another story which is actually only a one sentence. So 6 pages of story, which is only one sentence. So I have no idea what the author was trying to achieve there, but it was interesting to read. It was really unique way of telling the story. So I don't think these are the stories. These are more of a situations that the author came up, like a long prompts, or abundant long stories or proper stories that has been formed into these small snippets, because these stories like don't pay share, it does not make any sense. It is start from something else and then end into something else. And another story was similar, the pig pen and auntie. They start from something, the plot, you expect that the plot will be this, but by the time the story is ending, the plot is completely evaporated and we have something new at its place. And the author does not even try to say that yeah, it was supposed to be this. It just, he abandons it and it makes up a new thing. And I really enjoyed it, I really liked it, because I also write short stories, and my plots are also actually like this. It just, whatever, wherever we start, and we have to go to the work, and then we come back and we have a different mind when we are finishing the story. So it takes a different theme or direction that it is supposed to. And another thing that is a recurring theme in the book was in all the stories is the revolution, the student activist revolution, I guess, that was happened in the Indonesia in 1998 or 1996, where the student overthrows the government and the dictator has to resign, and its place the vice president take the chair. Uh, but students are not actually happy with it because the dictator has not suffered anything of his evil. So this is what I actually believe where the religion helps, because if a person murders five people, so it does not matter what you do, what kind of punishment you give to the person. You can never give the punishment to a person who has murdered more than two people, because the you can murder the person, but it will be just one life against two life. So but the religion answers it. The person will be reborn, and then he will be punished, and then he will be reborn and punished, and the cycle continues until the person has given all the punishment of the evil and wrong doing he has done in his life. And other stories are also so inferred or situated into the local places that it was a little bit difficult to get into. For example, was the Karogang. It is, I guess, some kind of animal, and there was also a ghost, uh, and there is Dimples, which was, I don't know, is Dimple a story, was a feminist or anti-feminist? So what happened is the girl was forcibly married to a doctor who was a very old man, and she was only 14 years old. So to her, uh, reclaim her life, she goes out and have a have what do you say, have sex with a stranger. And then on the wedding night it turned out that the girl was not a virgin, so the doctor divorce her, so she get free from this relationship this way. But then she was also uh, forsaken from his family, and the villagers turned her out of the village. Nobody accepted her, so she became ghost or something. So these are the type of stories, are cases, basically instances that is happening around us. And one day the writer said, and yeah, I saw this happening today, so I will write about it. So he created a fake name and created this everything. So it all ends up here. But the point is, it was good read. It was interesting. It was nice to see Indonesian fiction in my hand, because most of the time I'm reading American. So I would love to read books from different countries as well. And but we need more books translated well into English or Hindi or Urdu, because that all these are the language I know. So English is a popular language, so we can do the English. I mean, I'm not going to learn Japanese or Russian or Indonesian every time I want to read a book. So yeah, so it is a good stories. Please check out the Kitchen Curse by Eka Kurniawan. I guess I'm saying it right. And also one thing is the writer was longlisted for a Booker Prize. His story was about man tiger, I guess. So I will. It is. He is the most popular writer in that area in Indonesia, and it is a very big leap for Indonesian writer to have their book uh, recognized by Booker writers. I will not say their talent is less. They are very talented folks, but sometimes to get that amount of popularity, you have to have achieved the big stages, and having them on the big stage is again very good thing. We need more voices from different uh, countries of the world. There are so many books from America. We don't need more. It's just too many. But yeah, it's excellent, and thank you if you are watching this. So I will highly recommend you to read this book if you can get it from Amazon, Flipkart, or anywhere. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.